Welcome everybody to the Latin Nerds Network. My name is Jose and this is my review for Black Adam, of course DC's newest big budget superhero spectacle, if you will, starring one Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I love Dwayne Johnson. He's one of my favorites. He's just the few big movie stars out there, and he's been trying. This is like a passion project. He's been trying to get this movie done since I was like this high. I mean, he's been, I think, the last 10, 15 years he's been trying to get this off the ground. He finally did here, playing the DC's anti-hero who's in the same world as Shazam. If you guys aren't familiar with the character of Black Adam. And this is one where I was looking forward to it because of The Rock. I'll be honest, because this guy, listen, he is tailor made to be a superhero. If you see someone down the street or any star out there, you look at that guy and said, that guy's a superhero. He's a real life superhero. Big, huge, charismatic. He has that it factor, and inevitably he's going to end up in one of these films. And I'll say off the bat, listen, it's an imperfect film. Some issues with it, but at the end of the day, I had a good time, man. I really enjoyed this. I mean, it's not going to blow you away. It's not the greatest thing you've ever seen, and it does fall to some of the same tropes a typical superhero film does. I get it. But ultimately, you want big budget spectacle, go in a movie, shove popcorn down your face, and just turn your brain off and just enjoy it. It's a fun ride. And that's what the movie tries to, is trying to do. And it does it. It does it very well. Although, yes, there are some issues, no doubt about it. But I enjoyed this more than the last few superhero films that have come out, like Thor and Doctor Strange, which were okay for me. I know a lot of people, especially I know Thor, people had a lot of problems with. I didn't have as much problems with it. But yeah, it's not a perfect film, and it's got its problems. But this is fun. It's just pure mayhem spectacle. There's tons of action, well done. CGI is a little hit or miss, but for the most part, it's very well done. And The Rock, as always, is going to carry most movies that he's in, good or bad. But again, it's got a great cast all around. It's got a good cast of characters. Black Adam isn't the only superhuman, metahuman, as I refer to in the DC world around. Guys that, of course, the Hawkman, he's in this. He's actually very well done. I forgot the actor's name. Forgive me. We got, of course, Pierce Brosnan, who was tailor made to play Doctor Fate, who is DC's version of Doctor Strange, I guess, for best way to put it. He's a master of the mystical arts, if you will. They're both great in it. And you got obviously you got the other. It's all two members of the Justice Society. Who are full play here, and which they're a lot of fun to be around. A good team dynamic, as they're obviously trying to stop Black Adam. He's seen as more like an evil entity, and again, he is an anti-hero, and the role is designed that way. I mean, The Rock is, he's effing people up, and it's brutal at times. Not graphic, but just definitely brutal. He's out there, he's killing people. That's what he does. He's kind of doesn't want to fall into the mold of what a typical hero should be, or what people want him to be. He's his own man. He's got superpowers, but he's going to do it his way, whether you like it or not. And that's a cool aspect about the film. But again, this is one it's incredibly well paced. A lot of action from top to bottom. Again, the script's a little bit light, and this is more of a style of a substance, right? Where it's a light script. It is what it is. And, the third act, like most superhero films, found this tropes, I guess, to be a little bit too grandiose at times. And the villain is weak. There's no question about it. He's really just more like a plot device towards the end of the film to have someone for him to fight. Essentially, was what that is, right? We've seen this in a lot of superhero films, including Marvel movies, where the villains are just underdeveloped, and this is no different. But for the most part, the action is really cool. I mean, this director, he went to the school of Zack Snyder because he loves the slow motion shit, and it's sometimes really well done, sometimes it's overly done. Again, it's like, I swear this, if someone told me Zack Snyder directed this film, I'd probably buy it. Nothing wrong with Zack Snyder. I like him visually. He's great. His story lacks, and this movie's kind of similar. But ultimately, you have to have a good time, be entertained. That's what a superhero film should do, and this one does. It's a lot of fun. It really is. Again, it's not gonna break the mold here. It's just not gonna win any Academy Awards, and it wasn't going for that. I was just going for pure superhero type entertainment. I think a lot of people in the theater really enjoyed it. I think a lot of the casual fans are gonna like what they see. We just curb the expectations. Again, this is not a great film by any stretch of the imagination. It has its problems, but it's funny, good action, and it's got The Rock. I mean, what else is there? You got The Rock in a superhero film. Sign me up. Here's my money. I didn't pay for it, but whatever. But that being said, is one I definitely recommend. It's gonna be a fun ride. It's one of DC's better films, and I know that doesn't say a whole lot for most of you. I get it, but it's actually fun, entertaining, and I like the world it builds. What it sets up in the future, right? And it's obviously an end credit scene, which has been spoiled. But if you haven't heard it, I won't say anything. But you kind of see where this is going down the road, and it's kind of exciting to see that because I really like the character of Black Adam. The Rock plays him really well. It's very stoic. He's not being himself. You just see him kind of play himself. Here is more stoic. He's playing a character, right? And I like that. So that's a good point about this film. But ultimately, very enjoyable. I definitely recommend you guys check it out. Just curb the expectations. Just go in expecting just a good time. And that's be entertained. That's all you really want at the end of the day. If you want something more deeper and all that, this movie is not for you, right? If you want something that's going to blow you away, don't expect that. But have a good time and enjoy it because it's fun. You know, and there's probably a movie where people, not everyone's going to like it, and I get it, but that's any movie. But ultimately, for me, I found it enjoyable. I've had a good time with it. I liked it, didn't love it. And like I said, it's one of my favorite, it's probably my most entertaining superhero film this year. Although Batman's a better movie, this is a little bit more entertaining. It's a little bit lighter, more of the superhero typical flair you want to see out of these films. But that being said, listen, I definitely go watch it. I enjoyed it. Watch it at home. Go to the theaters and watch it. If you're a Rock fan, no doubt about it. If you do, let me know. Comment below. Let me know where you guys thought. And of course, if you haven't done so already, subscribe below and feed money to go to the movies and talk about it afterwards. See you guys next time.